All right, today, or on this video better said, we are going to learn about the change of base formula. That's right, change of base. Changing the base. Okay, that was really the most horrible joke I could have done with the change of base formula. Hopefully you appreciate me making a fool out of myself. Anyways, we have the change of base formula right here, a picture straight from the board. Okay, now what does this picture tell us? That you could have log base anything of anything and change it to be whatever base you really want it to be. Okay, so the key is that you make a fraction and you put log base whatever you want over log that same base whatever you want, and you take the number that's further up, and put it on top as a regular number, and take this base which is further down and put it as a regular number down here. So the best way to get good at this is to practice. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you the problems that we did in class. So we have number 1 right here, which is log base 4 of 7. Now we already know that we could do it on the calculator. No, we can't. Well, I already have the answer right there, better said. I have the answer right there, and the answer is 1.04. But what I want to be able to do is show you how to get that answer using the change of base formula. So our calculators could do log base 10, the common log button, or they could do log base E, the ln button. And here is a picture of our calculator, and there's a common log button, that's base 10, or there's the ln button, which is base E. So because we could do the common log or the log base E, we don't want base 4. We want to use the change of base formula to change it to either common log or ln. So if I look at my change of base formula, let's go with the common log this time. So I'm going to take number 1, and I'm going to use common log on top, common log on top, over common log on the bottom. And what goes on top? The 7 goes on top. And what goes on the bottom? The 4 goes on the bottom. But notice that the base 4 now became a regular 4. It's no longer a base. And the trick is to have both common log up on top, common log on the bottom. Or let's say you didn't want to use the common log button. Let's say you wanted to use the ln button. So then you wouldn't change it to common log, you would change it to ln. And ln is simply ln on top, ln on the bottom, and it's as easy as taking the number that's further up and putting it up on top, taking the number that's further down, which is the base 4, and putting it as a regular 4. So this will give you your answer, or this will also give you your answer, whatever you want to use. And let's go back to the graphing calculator and show us how to actually use it on the calculator. So let's say I wanted to type in the ln first, okay? So what I would do on the calculator before even beginning, I would start by hitting the open parenthesis button right here. That way it'll be open parenthesis and then hit ln. And when you hit ln, it's going to open up some parentheses. Let me show you. When you hit ln on your screen, it's going to open up some parentheses as you see right here. So when you hit the ln button, it's going to automatically open up some parentheses. So it doesn't show it right here on the screen, but you should have open up parentheses first. And then when you hit ln, it's going to open up some parentheses. So then you're going to type in 7. You're going to type in 7. And then you're going to close parentheses. Let me just show you how it is on the calculator here. So once again, you open up some parentheses, type in the ln button, which automatically opens up some parentheses, type in 7, close parentheses, hit the division button, and then hit ln again, which is going to open up some parentheses again. Then you hit the 4, close parenthesis, and if you hit the enter button, you'll get the decimal answer, 1.4036. And of course, the approximation we had already at the beginning, the answer was 1.404. Okay, so that was using the ln buttons. Okay, that was using the ln buttons. Now, if we wanted to use the log buttons, we could also use the log buttons. Like I said, this calculator does either ln or logs. So let's say you did type in log of 7. So like I said, start by opening up some parentheses, as you see right here. So you're going to open up parentheses with this parenthesis button down here on your calculator, and it's going to open up the parentheses, and you're going to have type in log, and it's going to automatically open up some parentheses. You want this 7 right here to go in there, so 7, close parentheses. Then you hit the division button on your calculator, and you'll get this slash right here, which means division. And again, you type in your log button, which is right here, and it'll open up once again a log with parentheses, and you type in your 4 and close parentheses, and you're supposed to close parentheses again. I forgot to close parentheses again, but either way you still get the same exact answer, 1.404, right? So the calculator, because it does common logs right here or natural logs, it doesn't matter which of the two you change it to, you're still going to get the same answer. That does not mean that the common log button is the same thing as ln button. That's not the case. It's just that when you plug them into the formula, it's going to produce the same answer anyway. Okay? So, like I said, let's just practice. Let me get this calculator out of the way. We should already know this formula, so let me get the formula out of the way. Now let's just practice rewriting each one of these. So on number 2, let's use ln because it's easier to write. ln of the top one, which is 13, divided by ln of the bottom one, which is 5. Type that in your calculator, and you'll get your final answer, which is 1.594. Okay. Number 3, we're going to do, you could use the common log button if you want. Okay, that's going to be common log of the big number 15, which is further up, over common log of the little number, which is now a regular number in the denominator. Okay, so if you type both of those into the calculator, you'll be able to get the decimal answer, which is up here, 2.465. Once again, when you type it into your calculator, I would start by opening up some parentheses, typing in your common log, and it's going to open up some other parenthesis, and then type in your 15 right in there, and then you close parenthesis, hit the division button. The division button is going to produce a slash on your screen, the division bar slash on the calculator screen, and then you're going to hit log again, and when you hit log again, it's going to open up the parenthesis again, and that's where you type in the 3, and that's where you close parentheses, and then close parenthesis again, hit equal, and this, when you type that into your calculator that way, it will give you the answer 2.465. The last one here, again, it's just a question of changing it to the base of your choice, and it could be ln or it could be log. I'm going to go with ln this time. ln of 22 up on top over ln of 8 on the bottom. If you do that on the calculator, it will give you that decimal right there. So even though our older calculators, there's some newer ones that actually do that, you are able to take log base 8 of 22 and it gives you this answer right here. But our older calculators, the one we have in class, or the scientific calculators that you even have on your cell phone, don't do log base 8. They only do base 10 or base E. So that's why we're using this change of base formula to change the base. Okay, not that kind of base, but changing the base to whatever base we want. And this 8 right here, we want to change it to ln, in this case log base E, because the calculator does it. That's how we get this answer up here. Now, we're not always just going to change to base E or to base 10. I remember seeing this on a past final exam where they just tell you, here's a random log base 2 of 7, and they want you to change this to base 5. Okay, so using the change of base formula, you're not going to use ln. You're not going to use common log because ln is not base 5, and common log is not base 5. We want base 5. So when you're using the formula, put the division bar, change it to the log base your choice, and in this case they want log base 5, and again it's going to be over the same type of log, base 5, okay? And what number belongs up on top? The number that's further up, which in this case is a 7. And what number belongs at the bottom? The number that's further down, which is the base 2, but we're going to write it as a regular 2. And ladies and gentlemen, this right here is the equivalent expression, but it is now written as base 5, no longer base 2. So you could use the formula to change it to any base you want, okay? Let me give you one more example. Let's say I had ln of 3, and they tell you to change to base 9. Now, again, there's really no point in changing to base 9 because your calculator doesn't do base 9. But if they ask you to change to base 9, you could use the change of base formula. Remember, the formula is going to be a fraction of the logarithm with base of your choice. And in this case, they want base 9. So we're going to have log base 9 and log base 9. And what number goes on top? The number that's further up goes on top. So that would be a 3 up here. And what number goes on the bottom? Well, this is kind of tricky because we need to remember that ln is really log base e. So the little number e is going to go on the bottom as a regular number now. So you're going to put that e right there. Okay. So this is your new expression that's equivalent to ln of 3, but now it really does have it as base 9. Log base 9 of 3 over log base 9 of e. I hope this kind of makes sense, changing the base. We are going to have this stuff on the quiz tomorrow. If you're still confused, post the question right here on Edmodo and I'll respond if I'm able to, that is. Thanks.